Hey Gold Medal family, it is your Kick Master John Vasquez here with you today. And today's video we're going to be talking about that dreaded pain down underneath the foot on the heel, which is called plantar fasciitis. So we're going to be going over a few things, some things that you can do to help alleviate the pain, and something that you can do to possibly get rid of it for good, or at least get rid of it for quite some time so you don't feel that pain. All right, so stay with us, we'll be right back. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what it is and what's happening with your foot and why you get the pain there. Plantar fasciitis is usually caused by the connective tissue underneath the heel going into the arch and then up back to the Achilles tendon starts getting inflamed and stressed. Pulled here, if you can see that. And what's happening is it's actually tearing away from the heel. That's where the immense pain comes in. And usually it's after a period of rest if you've had some activity and you go and take that first step. Or for most people, right away in the morning, you get up and you go to take that first step and just sharp stabbing pain up the heel. Down to the foot, to go up the leg, but when you step on it. So that's what it is. So let's talk about some remedies, things that you can do to help alleviate that pain. The first one is very simple. Anybody can do, and you can do it anywhere. What usually causes that is a tightness of the calf muscle. And that's when it starts to pull up, causing more tension to pull down away underneath the foot. And that's where the point of impact comes in on the heel. That's where the pain is, because the connective tissue, your Achilles tendon, that under your arch, because the calf muscle is tightening up, that now overcompensates so that it doesn't pull and tear away, and so it's pulling back. So you got a tug of war game going on here, and then the center point, the heel, is where the pressure comes in, and that's where it starts tearing away. So one of the best, easiest things to do is really stretch those calves out. One of the best calf stretches you can do is very simple and easy. I'm using the bag here, but you can do this against a wall, you can do it against a step, a stair, the edge of your sofa, whatever it is. You want to practice the stretching of the dorsiflexion or dorsiflexion of the foot. And that is getting the toes up high, heel down, and keeping the legs straight here, keeping the body straight, and all you want to do is lean forward. And you should be able to feel that stretch right there in the calf. Keep the body there forward, hold it for a little bit, bring back, forward again, back, forward again. Hold for about 10-15 seconds. Switch your legs, and then you're going to do the same thing on the side. The next one you can do, same thing, use a wall, anything you can kind of lean against, counter in the kitchen, in the counter in the bathroom, whatever it is. All you need is somewhere you can kind of lean your body weight against, and you're going to take one leg out, put it back, and I'm going to put the toes on the floor. Again, keeping this leg totally straight, body's up straight, and all I'm going to do is force my heel down as far as I can get it. If you can get it flat, get it flat. If you can get it flat pretty easy and it's not stretching the leg, then get a little bit closer, get a little bit longer of a stance here, and force that heel down. Just hold it. Stretch that calf. And then switch it. Nice long big position. It's okay if this leg is bent. I want my stretching leg knee to be straight, and just pushing that heel down. Now I'm not just setting the heel down on the floor. I'm actually, pushing it down. I'm putting some force and tension in there to really pull it back to stretch. And then I can do that over and over and over. All the type of feet or shoe inserts or heel inserts for shoes was your heel was still touching it, and it still caused me pain. So I had went through all kinds of them. Different ones that were the whole length of the shoe, so my entire sole inside of the shoe. Some that were just my heel, some that had a little more support on one side, gel, foam, all different types of all these inserts that were supposed to help alleviate the pain from my plantar fasciitis. To my, not to my surprise, none of them worked because I was still putting pressure on the heel. So here's what I came up with. And I've been using them recently, and I'm going to show you how I did. I came up with making something like this. And I cut a hole in it like that because I needed like a donut style type of pad. Something that was gonna cushion my step for my heel, but it wasn't gonna allow my heel to touch anything, so it would hover. I would never put any impact or pressure on my heel, on my steps, my runs, my jumps, and give it time to actually heal. And would you know it, for me, it worked. So I'm gonna show you how I did that here. You can try this and do it at home. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not gonna say it works exactly for you, but there are some rules you kind of want to follow. So all I did was go to the store and I bought some of these little puzzle mats. You can find them at any hardware store. You might even be able to get them at Walmart, Meijer, or something like that. But there are different kinds. You want to make sure that you're going to get a nice, thick, durable one here. There are some really cheap ones out there that are really thin and flimsy. I don't think that's going to give you the support that you need. So here's all I do. I have a template already, but what I did was just put my foot on the mat here, and I traced it out, cut that whole thing out, and then just cut kind of where the heel mark was and cut that part down. But for here, I'll show you how I did it. Take it right on the edge, because I do need some new ones for myself. Being that I'm running so much, I'm actually wearing through these quite a bit. I'm starting to feel a little bit of soreness in my heel, so I know that it's time. Okay, so cut the section out that I need. Okay, then what I'm going to do here is use the template of the other one, draw a circle on here so I can cut the hole out. Now you do want something, it's a little tricky to cut here. I would suggest some better, more utility type scissors, or you can use a utility knife. I use my blade here. Not a utility knife, but it cuts through very, very easily. And then I'm also gonna, on the front part of it and the inside, I want to bevel the edge a little bit, bevel the edge here just a little bit, going all the way down. So that way it's more comfortable for my foot. Because it takes a little bit for it to start forming and shaping down to your foot here. But as you can see, it starts out like this here, and then it gets squished down to that. So you can see that I've ran on this one a lot, I've used it a lot. So it does wear down over time, which is okay because these mats here are pretty cheap to buy, and so that way one of them will last you a really long time. You can make a bunch of these. Now here's one really important rule though. When you do it, you're probably already experiencing a lot of pain. You probably have pain daily. So you need to have these in your shoes daily, all day long, at least for a week. So even walking around the house, keep shoes on and keep these in your shoes. When you get up in the morning, put them on. If you got slippers or something like that, it doesn't have to be, outdoor shoes. You don't want to walk around your house, with outdoor shoes and drag the dirt on. But if you have slippers or anything, put them in the slippers and wear these constantly. If you're going to go out and then you're going to put your regular shoes on, take them out of your slippers, put them in your normal shoes, and then go out for your day. But keep them in there. One, because it's got to kind of form and shape to your foot. It might feel a little awkward and it could be a little bit uncomfortable at first, okay? But again, you're going to deal with one of two pains. You're either going to deal with the pain of the heel and that inflammation getting worse daily, or you're going to deal with the uncomfort of the pad taking shape to your foot, but giving the heel time to actually heal up and repair the inflammation in it. Here's the finished product. You can see I beveled the edge here like that. I always like that. It feels more comfortable on more on the arch of my foot here. Later on I'm going to bevel the edge on here and the inside where the heel sits. But you can see how it looks here. It's not very pretty, but it works. And that was the biggest thing there. Plus it just goes inside my shoe so nobody sees it, right? So it doesn't have to be very pretty. You can try that there. Walk around with them in your shoes, slippers, 24/7 for the first week or so. It allows that heel to not make any contact on anything, so that inflammation can go away, and it allows that tendon and that tissue in there to heal up. And so Hope that helps you guys there. So that's how you can learn to deal with your plantar fasciitis, by stretching and making your homemade heel insert.